Hello, hello. Hey, Sinistello. I'm going to be working on localization again. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah. So all that's fine. All right. Let's just pick up where we left off, which was crop data, which I already had open. So what do we have here? Display name. I think that's it. Wait a second. Yeah. These are on the farm. We have an item ID. We could just pull the display name from there. In fact, I think we should do that because aren't they named exactly the same way? Carrot. Okay, good. Grape. Yes. Pepper. Yup. Pumpkin and tomato. Pumpkin, tomato. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's just delete the display name from here. There's no point if there's already an item ID. There. Then we delete it from here. And that's going to cause some errors, which we will then go fix. Hello, fellow locals. How goes the second part of the day? I just started this stream, so it's going pretty well so far. I had lunch. I had a sandwich and an apple. And then I played some Kirby Air Riders. And I unfortunately put the system to sleep right before like the event was going to take place. So that was a waste of a match because it disconnected me. And then I pet the cat. That was my thing. Jeff Alton, happy 3 years. Thank you for the resub. What if you add a plant with 2 words in the name? What? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's no problem. I thought you were talking about my lunch thing, and I'm like, what did I just talk about? Yeah, so if I just said tomato or tomato pie or something, this would just be totally fine. Yeah. So we're not pulling it from the item ID. We're using the crop points to an item via its item ID. So the crop points to an item, which then has a display name. So instead of us storing the exact same display name over here in 2 places where, yeah, we're going through the item. So yeah, this caused an issue, which we will now go fix. So this is crop data.display name. I think what we should do is we should have a public static string get display name. Oh, interesting. Item ID to crop ID. Okay, so crop ID. We could also... No, I'll just do it this way. There, done. Easy. Do we only get this for the sake of... No, we get it for the food value too. Could I have just made a get display name on this? I mean, I could have. Wait, do I have something there? No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, let's just do it that way. All crop data dot get display name. Cool. So that one's fixed. Hey, Hypers, how you doing? Is there a plant in English that has 2 words in the name? There must be. You mean like a crop that you would eat? I mean, you probably say like bell pepper instead of just pepper. In fact, most peppers, I'd say. Yeah, most peppers you probably qualify with some other word. I want to think of one other example though. I'm trying to think of, well, like what's the most common fruit that has 2 words in the name? I wouldn't count like green apple, but I guess apples are kind of the same too, in that just saying apple doesn't really mean anything. You need to say like gala apple or something. Yeah, dragon fruit. Yeah. Yeah, wow. Can't Sinistello come up with anything on his own? I'm good. I need help from you in chat. What do you need? All right, so this is going to be get display name and delete that. And now it should build. Everything should look pretty much the exact same. Man, time kind of flies when you're playing Kirby Air Riders. The matches are 5 or 7 minutes, the city trial part of it, and then you like go on and do something else. But it feels like longer has passed. Or shorter? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm not paying attention. Okay, so we click all these things, then we click this, and then we just hover over stuff. So grape looks good, pumpkin looks good, carrot looks good. Pepper, so now we just need to find a tomato. Tomato. Yeah, they all look good. What does that syntax mean? It's basically like a spread operator if you're used to it from something like JavaScript. So it's saying take all of the things that are in this like, let's say you have an array here. In fact, let's just show you what this would look like. So let's say you have an array like this, 1, 2, 3. And then you do something like list int list equals this. The list is going to be just like you had typed in 1, 2, 3 there. So it's going to like splat in all these things. Participating in a Discord 2025 build-a-thon, and I'm having trouble coming up with an idea for a bot. What kind of bot would you guys like to see in a server? I mean, the only bot that I have in my server right now is my own, I think. And the only things it needs to do is ban people. Actually, it also responds to some commands, I guess. But it does also ban people. So I guess, I don't know, rule enforcement. I think the problem is that whatever we could come up with for what we'd want as bots probably already exist as bots out there. So I guess the question is, does it need to be something novel? Can you just do something better than what's already out there? Hey, what? Hey, Xylotics. Since when did C# have that? .NET 7? .NET 8? Dot operator? Can I find... I don't know what they call it, the spread operator. Oh, dot isn't an operator. What is it? Spread element syntax. Okay, C# spread element syntax. I just want to see when they introduce this. .NET when? What version are you in? All right, I don't know. I don't see it quickly. So yeah. But yeah, welcome to Ned Stark. And hey, who cares? And neural net. .NET 8. Okay, yeah. And hey, Dark. Thank you. Okay, so this looks good. We now don't need to localize this because we bypassed it. So stop manifesting display names for crops. The items already had the names, and crops already have an item ID. So we just pull them from the items. Cool. Reflex, does it need to be a unique idea, like a novel idea? I don't know what the terms of the build-a-thon are. Is it just like make something good or like get a bunch of votes or something? I want it to be unique. I think you need to come up with that then, right? Because if you're asking people, what do you want out of a Discord bot? I think most people don't even interact with Discord bots probably. So I think it'd be hard for them to list what they want out of it. And probably most people don't really run a server either. There's another place you'd probably want a bot. Or they're like me where they'll just make that stuff themselves. Hard to change item data. Get tooltip description. Okay, let's save that for later. I don't want to do that right now. Many upgrade labels and build labels weren't localized. I did do some of them in building strings. Okay, let's go find all of these. Upgrade labels. Labels plural. It's for build and upgrade sign. We pass this in through the constructor. Yeah, here, init. So we just got to find all the inits. And F12 is broken. Never works, does it? So this one's called from here. And this one should be called from the individual places. Yeah. So we have 5 of these. I'm just going to take a picture and then just open them all up. Key storage sign, shop sign, town hall sign, vault sign, warehouse sign. All right. So warehouse is already done. I don't know why this is here. Yeah, no, maybe I should change that then. That's how I am, build my own bots. Well, do you feel like there's a need that you haven't met yet? Like, did you have ideas for bots you wanted to flesh out or something? Because that could be a good way to get the idea for it. I think, hi cat. You want to come sit down? You want to sit down? Okay, good cat. Yeah. I think that the other thing you could potentially do is try to analyze your needs as a Discord user, maybe not as a server moderator. But yeah, I think this thing is sort of tough because it's basically like asking someone like, hey, chat, give me a business idea that hasn't been done before. It's just, it's tough for people to come up with this stuff. And if they have come up with it and there's actual value in it, they might want to use that. All right, so building strings has this. Only picks up calls to string.format, which directly include a translate call. Oh, I didn't think of that, did I? String.format. Well, it's only for matching parameters. Is a message for too many adventurers missing from the battle panel? Let me take a look. Most of them aren't somethingable due to the constraints of the Discord API. Oh, feasible? Is this a bone apple tea moment? I'm curious. I just see the button changing color. Yeah, that might be a mistake. Let's try it out. Yeah, it looks like there's a mistake. Good call. Yeah. All right, cool. I'll write that down. Actually, let's take a look at that now, I guess. Where do you have the, yeah, too many adventures starting an instance? This is not where this should happen, though. It should happen in battle panel, I think. Too many. You already have the maximum number of battles. At least one of your adventurers. Battle's not available in the demo. Need to have at least one. Blah, 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 blah. There's nothing about having too many. Has too many adventurers. I'm guessing this is... Oh, there it is. Get too many adventurers message. But only for the elite. No, it's right here. Oh, it doesn't use the right text. This should be shared. No, not shared text. It should be regular text. Okay, I think that was the problem. My bad. Acquire points for admin functions that weren't destructive, like being in a voice channel would net you X points for 20 minutes. Spend those points to buy temporary colors. Cool, yeah. Yeah. People like badges and customization and stuff. This cat. This cat is such a good cat. Oh, it's still not working. Huh. How did I mess that up? It's getting hit here and then just nothing's happening. If it's null or empty and that's not null, then use that. Do we not use any of the regular error messages? Maybe I messed that up. Start battle tooltip set text. Oh, I think I know what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, I see. Okay, so in this particular... Okay, this is a bad way of doing things, huh? Yeah, okay. I think we do it this way then. If it has too many adventurers for elite and has too many adventurers, then shared text equals get too many adventurers. And we want the max of both those things. I think that might work. Speaking of spending points, I miss the lights. I miss the lights too. Just doesn't really work with a green screen. There we go. This location only allows for 4 adventurers. Remove the extra by clicking them. Yeah, cool. Okay, so now we beat this location and we go to the next one. And the boss says only allows for 2 adventures. So if you haven't unlocked the next battle, it should tell you this. I don't like this. I don't like any of this. Yeah, I think I want to change this. So all of these are going to be variations on the same theme here. If you haven't even unlocked the boss battle, or the regular battle, has to fight boss, here it is. So if has to fight boss, then shared text equals elite text. Yeah. There were lights, if you're baking. Really like the aesthetics of this game, except for one nitpick. Not a fan of mixing pixel art with non-pixel fonts. Yeah, I've heard people say that. I like having a true type font so you can actually read it at any size. And that's one of the things that's kind of nice about this. You could have this zoomed in or out, and at any size, you're still going to be able to read the text. Well, assuming you can see everything else, you'd be able to read the text. But pixel fonts don't scale all that well like that. And then they look blocky when they're very large. I think it's just more readable this way. But yeah, to each their own. Would she go crazy if you had the lights like that? I've never tested her reaction to that, I think. Okay, so this looks good. Now I want to try the next scenario here. This location only allows for 2 adventurers. Remove the 2 extras by clicking them. Cool, so now we fight this. It would also show here. Yeah, nice. Then we beat this, and now it only allows for 4 adventures. Okay, so I think that's every scenario I've tested now except for this one. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, yeah, so this is all working. Thank you for saying that, Dark. That is really good. Fix error messages around too many adventures. We weren't showing the message in many cases. I've also improved the logic for showing it. Yeah, that's pretty much fine. A laser pointer on a motor axis. Shine it right in her eyes. It's the first thing that would happen. Yeah, I had to be very careful that anything can injure the cat, of course. In addition to me probably just not having the skills to do that. I'm not really a hardware person. It's probably not too hard to set up. But yeah, the other thing too is that I think she understands when we're playing. And I think she wants me to be paying attention. So like, let's say I were to just move the toy in a straight line back and forth. She'd be like, are you kidding me? How is this supposed to be hunting? We're hunting right now. Oh no, I closed the thing. Oh no. I gotta go open these again. All right, let's just fix them one at a time. I'll just write them down. Key, storage sign, shop sign, town hall sign, vault sign, and warehouse sign. We need kitten mittens and cat glasses, yeah. Hey, Diotor. She's purring. She's purring, but she wants to like rest her head right on my wrist. Yeah, she's yawning now. Oh, God, her breath is terrible. Oh, there was sound that played, so it's like a Pavlov style response to chat playtime. Might work. Might work. Hey, Boucheras. Makes you give mine another try to mine that I bought a few months ago, and after a few days switch back. Oh man, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, but it's not for everybody. This is the key storage, key grinder, and key storage. All right, public static string build key grinder and storage. All right. Then this we're going to take from something like the farm side. So that's farm name, farm description. Names and description. Okay, that's just there. And then the description is this. This isn't even correct, is it? Nah, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about this. Okay, so these get replaced. Building strings dot names. And this is that. Yeah, nice. I moved the P key one row lower for a test because my hands are too small. I'm missing it a lot, even on the corn. Oh, yeah, you said you were typing in a non-standard way. So I'm guessing you didn't press the P key on a QWERTY keyboard, like a regular one with your pinky. Did you use your ring finger for that? The other thing, I don't suggest doing this necessarily, but you could have a combo type out P. Like maybe pressing whatever, like, yeah, I don't know what keys they would be, but yeah, maybe you have some combo for it. Which convince you to try this on a different cat. I think you're onto something. How about just every time you push a button, I have to adopt another cat. And when we get to 100 cats, we form them into a mega cat. I'll try to type correctly now, yeah. I think it's a good thing to test out at least. You might not. Okay. Seriously. You can't sit like that. I need that hand. Hi. Yes. I feel so bad. She just wants to be on my lap like constantly. Just constantly. All right, where do we have an upgrade sign that we can actually look at here? I can't think of one. I don't think I have upgrade stuff here, do I? No, we have upgrade for warehouse. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's look at that one. Warehouse sign. Upgrade warehouse and upgrade menu text. That can't be right. Upgrade warehouse menu text. Okay, so I want the same things over here. So what's the order? It's this. Upgrade, then the warehouse name. Okay, so the warehouse, this is just storage. All right, building strings dot upgrade key storage. That's what this really is. Upgrade key storage is just add storage. Okay. Then this is what exactly? Storage? Shouldn't it be key storage? Where does that show up? Huh, I don't know. I don't know where that shows up. Oh, you can't upgrade it anymore. Oh, oh no. Everything I type is pressing a button, and I'm pretty sure we reached darn near 100 with a single message. That's one Omega Cat. Yeah, so there is logic to allow us to expand the key storage, but I don't use that. I wonder if we should just get rid of this and just say this string never shows up. In fact, none of this stuff ever shows up, right? Yeah. Where do we do that? Where does this show up? It starts with an S, C chop. Wow, that was difficult to pull out of my memory. This string should never show up. Okay, so this appears in a whole bunch of different places, and that's kind of stupid. It'll only be once in the translation file, but yeah, I'm going to go make a special string out of this. Do we have any like miscellaneous strings? No, maybe I'll just make a new file here and call this special strings. And we'll pull this in. Not translated. And then we'll put a comment here saying I18N, this string exists for something that was coded in the game, but the code is never surfaced to the player. It should not be translated. Well, it can be translated. It just shouldn't show up. As such, it should never show up. So translating it. Wait, why did I even do this then? Shouldn't it just be this string should never show up? Yeah, this is kind of pointless. Yeah. Okay, so let's write this down then. String is used as a placeholder. So this string is used for code that works, but that isn't surfaced to the player. At the time of writing, the code lets you upgrade key storage, but we start it at its maximum level for the player. So the upgrade sign would use this string. Technically, a lot of the time, this implies that we have dead code. We'll also use this for many enemy-only ability names, since they don't render in the game right now. Yeah, there we go. What's the idea, Reflex? I feel like there's a better way than having a string. Can't quite place my finger on it. I think it's nice to know when a string exists but doesn't need to be translated. So we need some marker for that, because as an example here, we have abilities that all have names. So like Fireball is called Fireball and Quick Strike is called Quick Strike, of course. But then we have other abilities like Basic Attack that are only used by enemies. And right now there's no way to see that an enemy has Basic Attack. And if we ever do code something in for Basic Attack, we probably want to indicate like, oh, hey, this should be changed. But it uses the same ability data as everything else, and abilities need to have a display name. So this just never renders anywhere. So yeah. Okay, so where'd that go? Here, yeah. Public static string not translated. Yeah, this could be const. That's fine. Well, then we just need to say equals this. Okay, so we're gonna go use this everywhere that we have this one, which means we can delete the translate call, I guess. Special strings dot that. I guess either way we're deleting the translate call. Yeah, in fact, I might as well just search for this whole thing. This might not find all of them, but it'll make it easier to do this. And then we need to go through them all again. I don't know why I did this and not just to find replace, but I'm committed to this now because it's only going to take another 5 seconds. I slightly underestimated that amount of time, but not by a lot. Okay, so now we go through and we fix all the imports. Good. This will take a tiny bit longer than the last task. It'd be nice. I think Rider can do this, that it just fixes your usings everywhere. Especially for cases like this where it's pretty obvious what needs to be done. So all of these that aren't translated won't have any other translations in the same file, since nothing should show up here. But if this causes an error, I'll just go fix it. Oops. Like, I'm still seeing red in those files for some reason. I should probably go look at those. Oh, God. Yeah, I was worried about that. Well, so much for that. Vine attack does the same thing. Yep, weaken. I guess technically all these things do. Snake bite, what does that do? Poison. Oh, this is the enemy snake bite, not your snake bite. Is that it? Almost. Yep. Okay, I think that's everything. It's an actual game for one of my bots called Guildcraft. All right, yeah. Is there some parameter around the build-a-thon? Like, is it a competition? I guess I could just look this up. Build-a-thon. Oh, it's just a game jam. I see. Or, well, a jam. Also neat, the Clarkio. Wait, is that not Clarkio? That looks like Clarkio. Oh, God. Hang on a second. Yeah, it is. I think he just changed his channel name. Bots and apps, games, themed categories, channels to show off. Okay, so it's not a competition. Okay, yeah. Why not use that? String translated but not surfaced? Because then you'd need to translate a bunch of things that may never show up in the game. Like basic attack. You'd translate this to something in Spanish, right? So now someone took the time to do this, but we have no plans on using it. So how many things in the game does that happen for? And in this case, now we know exactly how many it's used for. If we just search for this special strings not translated, we do it 20 times. So yeah, we definitely don't want people to have to translate all that. Does this use? Yeah, it uses stun, which isn't translated either. This isn't even an ability that gets used in the game. That's good. And then I need to search for the underlying string here too. The whole this should never show up or whatever. Yeah, so now we go to this. Make sure this is nowhere else in the code base. It's not in the code base, it's in the translation files, I guess. There are rewards for winning. So it is a competition. Okay. Yeah. Off to typing test. Can't give up now. Gonna learn. Okay. Best of luck. I mean, the stringer error message. That's actually the only part that bothers me. Oh, you're saying this is a problem? Because if you see this in the game and you see this should never show up, that indicates that there's a problem. It's supposed to feel icky because if you ever see this, it should flag that like, oh, something's wrong there. But yeah, I mean, ideally, no one ever sees it. It's like having a messy sock drawer. As long as you never open it, no one ever has to know. All right, so this is good, but there was a reason why I made this in the first place. Yeah, for all of these things. So all 4 of these are going to be, or we just leave them as is, I guess. But I think it's better to just do the not translated thing. Special strings dot not translated. There we go. Okay, so that was key storage sign, which is now done. Yep. Next up is shop sign. The sock bucket. I was thinking about this the other day as I went to the dishwasher to pull a clean dish out of it instead of just taking all of the clean dishes out and then taking them from the cabinet. And I thought of you, Mitch, and your laundry system. Hey, Sick. Good evening. Building strings. So add item displays, allows the shop to stock more, and then a formatted string for this. I think I want to change how the warehouse works for this at least first. Yeah, and I want to do this. How do we do this somewhere else? Some other strings file. tip strings, maybe? Yeah, here it is. All right, I want this over here. And I want it for the warehouse. Allows you to store blah, blah, blah. So this is upgrade warehouse description. Upgrade warehouse description. All right. What is this sock box? Yeah, Mitch, why don't you share for Gorman? Also, welcome in, Gorman. Really painted yourself into a sock corner with that one. All right, what's this taken? Takes in number of warehouse displays. Doesn't need to take in anything then. In fact, we could just do it the same way I've been doing this and just change this to be here. And then copy paste this over there. It says dialogue description. I don't know about that. I don't think we do anything for that. It says tips there right now. Just delete it. Okay, it's pretty good. Now we go replace that. Up description. Done. Game constants can be removed. Yeah, so this looks nice and easy now. All right, so now we got to go fix these 4 things. And then what? Like 12 more after that? Actually, warehouse sign is now finished. Vault sign is probably super easy for right now, because we replace every single one of these with special strings dot not translated. I'm a little torn about this, but I think this is fine. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And same thing down here. There. No, not like this. Bad organizational system that my kids and I use to keep our socks, because there are a ton of socks we have, and yet organizing them and storing them the right way feels very complicated and time consuming. So we have a sock bucket, match pairs only, and a sock box. Oh, this is like numbering milk. I don't think I have a thing about numbering milk, do I? No, I don't. And whenever I explain this, people probably rightfully so think that I'm crazy. But if you look at a milk carton, let me find the specific one. Yeah, so something like this. So imagine buying a 3-pack of these and you put them in your fridge, but you don't know which one you've already opened. So what I would do is I would number them 1, 2, and 3. And that way you always took the one with the lowest number, and you knew that one would be the one that you would use. But then I thought, why not just continue this? So the next pack I'd get would be 4, 5, 6, and so on. And that way at the end of the year, you can know how many cartons of milk you bought. Anyway, that second part about increasing the numbers beyond 3 was not necessary. But the first part, yeah, one time we ended up with 2 cartons open at once. And then I think one of them went bad. And that's why I numbered my milk after that. Then we stopped buying 3 packs of milk. It's flawless. I approve it. Yeah, so that's the numbered milk. But then there's a milk box and a milk bucket. When we match the milks with one another, so when you get 2 even numbers, you put them into the milk bucket. But then any prime numbers, except for 2, go into the milk box. This is just me making fun of Mitch now, in case anyone is actually trying to follow along. Hey, Maya, welcome back. All right, so add item displays. I don't feel like typing these things out. Upgrade shop storage. All right, so this is building strings dot upgrade shop storage. Then the title is item displays. Doesn't that exist somewhere else? Apparently not. Upgrade shop storage title. They're never going to even see this, will they? Allows this to stock 2 more items. Description. Yeah. And then this one's special. This is... Where does this show up? Item displays. Where does that show up? Label above sign, dialogue title, dialogue description, building menu button text. Okay, so this is going to be called menu text. And this one's going to be this. I didn't mess this up, did I? No, I did not. All right. So this needs to be a function, sort of like this thing, that returns string.format. And the function needs to take in the shop name. So now we put this down here. Cool. Then plug that in over here. Good, except that, yeah, nice. Just the syntax highlighting's messed up again. Interesting system, because the system for the chaos to live. Yeah, I think things like that, where it's just about socks. It's like, whatever works for you, fine. And whatever your family's okay with. Hampering my ability to learn programming more deeply. Why not turn it off then? I guess that's what Mitch asked. Lazy? I mean, okay, so which would you rather have, I guess? Lazy and not learning, or working and learning? You've opted for this, but yeah, I don't know. If you want to switch, you always can. Yeah, I appreciate it, Mitch. Thank you. Thank you for the service that you do. I gotta say, this is pretty funny though. Because this reminds me of, it's like, it hurts when I touch this, and the advice is don't touch it then. Like, hey, I'm bothered by this thing. I'm not gonna switch though. It's your prerogative. If you want to do that, that's totally fine. Hopefully it does not impact anyone in the future. All right, those shop signs should be done. Yeah, it looks good. And that leaves us with town hall sign, which should only have 4 strings in it anyway, right? Why is there an upgrade? Oh, I added that. That's right. Okay, fine. Yeah, fine. All right. So public static string, what is this town hall name? So that gets put in several different locations. Here, 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 and here. 4 places. Is that right? Farm name? No, farm sign. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. This is building strings dot that. Okay, now we need build town hall. Yeah. Oh, nice. All right, that goes here. It should know what I want for that. Yep, good. Then this is the town hall description. Nice. Then that goes here. Then this is upgrade town hall. Oh, we'll get there. We will get there. And then we have this, which is the upgrade description. Good. And put that there. Great, cool. Okay, so we translated all the signs, or at least we got them all into their own files. Gotta go extreme if it's a problem with self-control. Block any LLM-related domain from your device so you simply can't use it. This is how I broke my social media usage. I do think some people need that. I think other people are able to moderate. And if you can tone things down, I think it's okay. I imagine it's pretty hard for most people to moderate, though. I tend to be pretty black and white when it comes to my own kind of moderation. Like, I've just ruled out certain things, especially a lot of dietary things, where I'm just like, well, it's too hard to control, so let's just cut it out the rest of my life. And yeah, that's it. That's how I live my life. A lot of people take exception to that. All right, so I did two things at once here, and I probably shouldn't have done that. But I don't care because this is all localization stuff, and it's not worth separating these out. So I'm going to check this in as two different things. This is localize all of the building signs. While doing this, I extracted out a special string, which is called what? Not translated, which acts as an indicator. Yeah. Instead of manifesting the same special string everywhere and hoping I didn't make a typo. You shouldn't try to use it less, Mitch. I think, okay, look, here's what I think. I think not using AI as a stance is a little strange because you have to define what AI is at some point. If you say it's LLM based AI, then you'd have to know the implementation of something to know whether or not you want to be able to use it. So as an example, maybe you do or don't use a voice assistant on your phone, but voice assistants have been around for a while, and I don't know exactly how they were coded, but they probably weren't LLM based, when they first came out. They might eventually be LLM based, or maybe they already are now. So at that point, you have to be like, well, this thing that I used, I now can't use anymore. And the other thing too is, I guess you have to isolate why you don't want to use AI. And it could be something like relying on it too much. It could be something like the cost or the environment or any other impact. But then to be consistent, you'd have to not do anything else that could cause you to either rely on it or cost too much money or have an environmental impact. So I don't know. I think that's what makes it sort of tough. I don't trust robots, but you clearly trust them enough to use them every single day. You're on a robot right now talking to me, another robot. I only use it less because you called me out on it. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's fine. Kitty cam. Yeah, if I pointed the keyboard camera upward a little bit, then you'd be able to see her. She's like thoroughly damp. She's been cleaning herself. I can like see the streaks of her saliva on her fur. You're just the best cat. She's licking her tail now. Oh man. Okay, all right. I think this is good. Did I try building this? I'll try building it. I should probably look through the menu and make sure all the upgrades are there and are working correctly. So I guess we click new game and then look at the buildings menu. Okay, so this is probably fine. Let's look through some of these. I'm not going to read all these aloud. I'm just going to see if there's any problem with them. So far, so good. Oh, this isn't correct. Yeah, this isn't correct. This isn't even in the... Oh, wait. No, this is correct. It shouldn't show up because I cheated. Okay, never mind. That's... Yeah, I got a little turned around there for a second. All right, that's all fine. That's fine, and that's fine. Okay, so now what we need to do is get the upgradable ones, which are the weapon and armor shop. So there's the armor, weapon. We need money. We need the warehouse and the town hall. That's all the stuff that can be upgraded. Anything else? No. So now we hover over these. That's good. That's good. Oh, these all say the same thing. Okay, that's all fine. And then we need to upgrade the town hall, which is a little bit harder to do. We have to do this and then save and load. And now it shows up. So what does that look like? Oh, it doesn't show up, but the sign is there. Oh, that's a bug. That doesn't have to do with the code I just changed, though. I just never tested this. Well, now it shows up there. Weird. Weird indeed. New buildings? Available buildings menu. Why is that happening? How do you know if something is new? If the building is built. So town hall sign doesn't know that it was built? No, it should. Yeah, why'd that happen? Load game. Click buildings. Showing up there. Huh. It's strange. Let's put a breakpoint there. And try that again. It's probably going to get hit like 4 times, 7 times. I don't know what. All right, so signpost. We got to figure out what. Oh, wait. We can just look at the text, right? Town hall. Wow, that was easy. Okay. All right, so is this true? I would expect this to be true. Error. Local parameter name, build and upgrade sign. Oh, yeah. I don't care about that. Yeah, that's true. Okay, and then what about this? This should also be true. Through an exception. Oh, my God. I got to type this differently. Sign.building is built. Sign does not exist because it's called signpost. False. False. Town.townhall is null? What? Oh, this is getting initialized in the wrong order, isn't it? This is a loading from save problem. I think. Built a shop called Show Town Hall Sign. Where do we modify the available buildings menu then? And it's only Show Town Hall Sign that does this? Huh. Strange. I'm missing something here. On visibility change, invoke update build menu. Oh. I'm surprised this is never a problem for anything else. I just have heard, but I don't fully agree with it. Don't do anything else that X. It's the age-old trick of shifting responsibility onto customers. Most people in the U.S. don't use cars because they don't care about pollution. They do so because they're forced to. I'm seeing the same with AI. Something extremely inefficient that I didn't ask for that doesn't really solve any of our problems. I think in the category of things you can opt not to do. So, like, you can choose not to use AI for development. Well, at least for personal development, for sure. And the thing that we were talking about, I think Mitch said he's opposed to AI in all forms. So again, as you're like a consumer, you could choose to go to ChatGPT with a question, or you go to a search engine with a question, or you can go to a human with a question. It's like no one's forcing you to do any of these things. I get that there are reasons why you might have to. For example, at your job, you might be forced to use AI. And then, yeah, taking a stance is still possible. It's just much harder to do. So, yeah. I see you're at day 267, so you finished learning. I have gotten done learning, yes. Day 265 actually marked that. Now we're just coasting. Just going to coast for another 300-400 days. Hurtling through space. Welcome into the channel, Ruben. Yeah, so here's our issue. I got to write this down. So bug the loading a save file that has a town hall already and can be upgraded doesn't show the town hall in the upgrades section of the buildings menu. This is because we build the shops first, which causes the town hall sign to be shown, which triggers this, which can never update it because then the visibility doesn't change. Does anything else invoke this? Built or upgraded? Okay, what am I missing? Because we go through some weird way of leveling this up. I think that's what's going on. Create town hall and then load from save data. Load from save data calls upgrade, but not through the sign. Do you work in tech, or are you trying to work in it currently so I can get the context? So I am doing game development on stream, and today's a little bit weird because it's localization. So it's almost like it's not game dev, but it's for a game, so I guess it's game dev. So work in tech, like this is what I do, and this is in tech. So I guess I'd say yes to this. I'm not trying to be pedantic here. I'm just not totally sure what you're asking. But I guess to give you a much clearer answer, before this, the answer would definitively be yes. Yeah. Like just before this, I worked at Google. Just before that, I did streaming again. And then just before that, it was a game dev company. And then before that, it was other companies. Yeah. So this, and this, you would probably consider to just be working in tech. I don't know if you consider what I'm currently doing to be working in tech, but I do. I don't think my job, my landlord company is replacing the contact line to leasing offices with a chatbot, so I have to deal with that thing. Yeah. When I say that you can opt to, I don't necessarily mean your work is the only forcing function. Yeah, there could be plenty of these sorts of things. Maybe you go to a grocery store and they don't let you pay with cash anymore or something like that. And it's like, okay, well, if paying with cash was important to you, you're now forced to at that grocery store, or not pay with cash, I guess. So I have to deal with that thing not totally understanding me. Yeah, I think a lot of this is a race to the bottom just in terms of cost. Like AI at its current amount of money will be cheaper than a human will be for many different tasks. So if a company can prove that it's at least moderately viable, then they'll probably use an AI and drastically cut down on humans. Or you can't pay with pennies anymore. Yeah. Yeah, so I think in sort of the broader sense, all this comes down to, even when you're like forced to do something, technically nothing forces you that strongly that you can't make a change. But I recognize that we live in reality. So it's like if your job forces you to use AI, you could find another job. And it all comes down to how big of a deal is this? So for some people, it's not going to be a big deal. But for other people, it's going to be like job forces you to make, I don't know, military software, which has happened to people before. And then they said, okay, that's the time when I'm going to finally move. I will find a different job for that. So yeah, I get that the we live in reality part is like, yeah, this probably isn't worth finding a new job. The new job might also make you do this. But there are still some choices. But anyway, that's where I was saying that at least like you're not totally opting to do that in the same sense as not using ChatGPT to ask a question. What do you think of the software development currently? What do you think of the software development? Currently, my passion is game dev, but I learned a lot for web dev, React, WordPress. What do you think is the entry-level requirement for it, if you can give advice? For it being software dev, I think you've already done software dev. If you've learned web dev, I mean, passion for game dev implies to me that you've done some game dev, so you've already probably, yeah, you've done it. If you mean, how do I get a job? I think the short answer is you apply and see if they accept you. So every job is going to have different requirements. Some people might be looking for interns. Some people may be looking for junior devs. Some people may be looking for anything higher up, a CEO or something like that. Could you apply with your current experience to be like the CEO of Google? No, certainly not. But yeah, could you get a job at, I don't know, some place, a web dev place or a game dev place? Yeah, probably. I don't feel confident enough to apply for software engineer, given that I have electronics and communication engineering, job market stuff. I don't think the background matters too much for software dev. I worked with people of all sorts of different backgrounds, and I haven't noticed any like general trends play out. Sorry, to be clear, someone with an electric engineering background being worse than a computer science dev or something like that. I haven't seen that really happen. In fact, a lot of times, I think if you just went into an average workplace and you try to guess what are your degrees of the people who have software development experience, you probably couldn't easily guess it. There are probably going to be some tells, but yeah, if you like look through people's code, you'll find people who got computer science degrees and are writing bad code, and you'll find people who got no degree writing good code. But yeah, I echo what Toller said. The job market is probably pretty tough right now, and it'll take some persistence. Okay, how do we want to fix this? Well, I guess the first question to ask is, why are we showing the sign from building a building. Like this came from here and built a shop. Why is this here? When it builds the potion shop for the very first time, it should do this. What if we just hid this first? I mean, that would probably fix the bug. Oh, this is a dumb way to do things. Problem is I just get ghosted a lot. This should be illegal. I mean, making that illegal is a very tall order, right? Now imagine if a company gets spammed by like 40,000 applications and it's illegal to ghost them. So they have to respond to 40,000 people. It's not a sensible thing to do. But I recognize the frustration in it. And yeah, unfortunately, without having a feedback loop, it's hard to know how to get better. So for that, unfortunately, I have the same routes that have pretty much existed through all time. It's try to get a human or do mock interviews and get feedback that way, or mock applications even. And then, yeah, expand your search a bit. None of these are great. Yeah. And I think AI has made this a lot harder for people. I heard pretty recently that apparently even LinkedIn used to show you something like, oh, 17 applicants or something for this job. And they stopped showing that because apparently the numbers were so high that indicated like there are people just applying robotically to all of these. So yeah, it's a frustrating process. I know very few of my friends actually enjoy looking for jobs. It's a hurdle, and it's a hurdle that if you want a job, unfortunately, you have to get over. So I think as much as possible while you're hunting for a job, try to do what you can to just stay sane. If it's working on a hobby project, if it's furthering your skills, if it's, I don't know, going outside and meeting people, just something. All right, so I load from the save file. It didn't work. Oh, probably because hiding and then showing this immediately doesn't count as the visibility changing. Should sign show. Oh no, it's because the town hall is no longer null. I wonder if we just got rid of that. In fact, wait a second, isn't this? Yeah, we need to do this. Ah, that's the real problem. All right, I think that'll fix it. I sure hope so, at least. Also frustrating for the company because they have to wade through absolute garbage. Oh yeah. That's what it's like. Look, job hunting is pretty much not fun for anybody. It's not fun for the people hiring. It's not for the people applying. And the incentives are, as a company, you want to find someone who's going to be good, and most companies ideally pay them as little as they'll accept. And as a worker, you want to find a job that you fit with and ideally get paid as much as they're willing to pay you. So both of you have an incentive to lie about how good you are. Yeah. And then both of you want opposite things monetarily. I guess I should have clicked continue game. It's the same as clicking load game here, except for it saves me like 3 seconds. Okay, so now are we good? Still no. I think the reason why is that this doesn't cause a sign that was in the buildings to go into the upgrade menu. I got to figure out how we do that. Also, I'm technically doing this alongside a whole bunch of other things. I should stop that. Yeah, so I don't want to check this in, but I want to check in everything else. So all of this should just be localization code, right? Yep. Looks good so far. Yeah, this is the bulk of the work that we did. Nice. Okay. Resumes are 100% scanned by AI. I get an answer 1 minute after sending one. Wow. Wow. Hey, Orange. I interview a lot of people where IT is their second life. They started off with some other degree or career. Typically doesn't matter. It's all about if they have the skill set and seeing if they'd be a good fit for the team. Yeah, and I think there are a lot of places where this still applies. But yeah, I've seen the same thing with software development. Orange Ray just commented on IT. I think there are probably a lot of similar, like adjacent realms that are pretty similar to that. But in the end, that's why I say it all comes down to if you apply and you get accepted, then you know you met their bar. And it, to some extent, and this is also kind of what sucks about job hunting, is they'll list out a bunch of requirements like you must have X years of experience and whatever else using some technology. All of these are fuzzy requirements. They're to give you an idea of what they kind of want, or maybe the ideal person if they could handcraft a candidate. But rarely will someone meet all the requirements for a job, at least the job postings I've seen. And it's about convincing them you can do the job. And unfortunately, that involves you getting to a human, which unfortunately is very hard. I know I can make it, but just remove the age from the equation. That's the most tense part. Getting older doesn't help. Yeah. Yeah, I won't deny that these factors exist. I think the only issue is it's like, look, with those factors existing, if you want this sort of job, you still sort of need to play ball in that field. It's kind of like for a lot of big tech companies, at least in the US, you just need to do leak code stuff. There's no real getting around it. It's just a thing. And if you want the big tech job, you've got to do leak code. Saying AI is more expensive isn't the case here. The average pay for an engineer is $300 a month. So I guess humans would be cheaper. Oh, I meant for things like customer service, where I think customer service is farmed out to other countries a lot of times. And it's probably still cheaper to just have AI, have a chatbot and respond to things. Cut out like 20% of the calls I get that way or something like that. All right, so what is going on with this? This does not call into this function. This isn't built or upgraded though. Oh, I think I know what's going on. Built or upgraded. We need that to be called. Invoke on update build menu. What does this do? Available building changed. Is this it? Is this all I needed this whole time? Nah, I don't love this, but it would work. It would also work to just call that. It's not public though. Reflect current building status. Okay, what if I just put this here? No, this should only be done if something actually changed. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Town hall level is greater than... No, it's not even it's greater than 0. All right, let's just try this first and see what happens. Okay, so that worked. The question is this overkill? Like, how often do we call this function? Apparently we just only call it a load. Maybe twice. There's once, there's twice, there's 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6, 7. Okay, why are we calling it 7 times? I guess because we have 3 shops and each shop calls into this. So this is coming from initializing the signs. Then this is built a shop number 1, number 2, number 3. Then this is from show all remaining signs. And then this is from creating the town hall and reflecting the building status. And we have 2 such calls. Load from save data isn't enough. Ah, interesting. I want to understand that second to last one of those. Also, only a potion shop should cause the town hall thing. I gotta look at that. That's fine. This is what I want to figure out. Select current building status as soon as you build it. Yeah, I think this is okay. I think we leave that as is. I think what we should do is when you build a shop, wherever this gets hit, I only care when you build the potion shop. Item category is equal to potions. There. And this is just for the sake of the tutorial, I think. Okay, cat, I need my legs. Cat. Here, take this chair. Come on, Abby. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on. No. I've betrayed her. Big Tech is kind of weird. I saw some easy mock interviews from people there and weird stuff. I think I think interviewing at any company typically runs a gamut depending on the interviewer, depending on the time frame of the company. Like, is it early on in their development? Is it later on? Have they standardized things? And then I also think depending on what kind of mock interview you see, if you're seeing a candidate solve the problem, I think it's almost like seeing anyone produce something that then you're consuming but will have to produce later. Their production of it makes it look easier to produce than it is. And a really simple example of this is just when you're learning a language. Like, you hear a sentence, the cat walks into the barn or something like that. And you're like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. The cat, there's the subject of the sentence, and there's a verb, and there's the object of the sentence. And then you try producing that yourself, and you're like, uh-oh, how do I start a sentence again? Where does the verb go? And I think with mock interviews, it's kind of similar. It's like, oh, seeing someone solve through the problem, share their thought process, might make it look a little easier than it is. Okay, so this is all looking good. Fix bug with town hall sign. When loading from a save file where you had the opportunity to upgrade the town hall, but haven't yet, it would put the town hall into the buildings section of the available buildings menu. All right, so that's done now too. I might as well run this now, but I don't really care about this. We should just run it again by the end of all of that. Yeah, I'll just delete this. And we'll put it down here and clean up. All right, what's next? Need to eventually localize keybinds menu. I think Kevin did this. Yeah, I'm just going to put check mark here for now. All right, so did this find any problems? So far, no. It's not done yet, though. Should be done pretty soon. Properties should not follow a method. Really? All right. Oop. Whoops. I messed that up. I really should have taken a break. Oh, man. All right. Well, that fixes that. Fix linting issue. Column headers should probably be in a separate file. Yeah. This can go into cleanup. We're making good progress. Should be easy. Yeah. I expect it to be easy. So let's get to column headers when I get back. I'll take my break now. I'm going to run another ad break. It's not like I'm doing anything anyway, so you can just mute the stream for 3 hours, or 3 minutes. 3 hours. You can mute it for 3 hours too. Not going to miss anything. Oh, it says you recently ran an ad and must wait to run another. Oh, that sucks. It doesn't tell me how long I have to wait, though. Oh, now it works. Okay. Is it jump time? It's jump time. hello again. Close the game. Close the game. Why is this not working? Okay, there it goes. All right, column headers. Yeah, who's ready to move some column headers around? I am. Yeah, so I have a lot of these. A lot of column headers. All right, well, let's go do it. So just like how we had building strings, we're going to go make column header, or maybe column strings. Yeah, I don't want it to be too long of a name. Or maybe even just columns. Damage chance. Yeah, I'm going to call it columns. Can you import something in C# as something else? Can I say like using X as Y? Using alias? Yes, you can. I don't want to do that though. And I'm just going to say, note, this is called... I was hoping it would type it out for me. There we go. Columns for brevity. All right, so now we just delete everything. Oh, not everything. All but one. And then we just start changing some of these things. Hooray. So damage. Damage goes here. We don't need constants. So now I can just say columns dot damage. All right, and now we just go through every single thing that has column headers for that. Yay, 241 results. Oh wait, no, some of these are from the script file or whatever. So how many do we have if we discount that? Well, a lot still, but it's not so crazy. Yeah, who am I kidding? It's still kind of crazy. Where did columns go from in here? That should be there. There it is. Yeah, that too. You always make it static and just reference the damage column field. I'm not totally sure I follow. Using the mouse / task manager to spook an app with feeling it? What, Nopsis? Also, why did you come back here, cat? No. I love her so much, but there's just no comfortable way for me to sit. When you, what is that? She's got one of my wife's hairs in her mouth. What are you doing? Okay, yeah, sit down. Come on. Okay, there. Whatever. Your mouse movement. Oh, no, that was a voice command. I said close the game. That's what does it. Sorry, that's why I was confused. I know I was moving the mouse like this at the time. That wasn't to close it. That was just me waiting for the voice command to kick in. Check out the vocal streamer command. So this, for example, this is the voice command telling you to see this thing. That's what it's doing. You just do using static column messages or whatever. Yeah. But I think that'd be very confusing because then this would look like this, which might make you think this is a damage number. But yeah, I'm okay with this. I could also do, I could have called it whatever. I could call it column strings and then do using, or like there's some alias, like using columns equals column strings or something. I think that would have worked maybe. But yeah. How do I start the game? Like, how do I press F5? Or shift? No, wait, no. Whatever this, I don't know what this is. I just know the muscle memory I have for it. Command Shift F5. Yeah, Command Shift F5. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. I thought this was a legitimate question. All right. So I should get all the columns to be in here. Yeah. So things like level. Oh, I can find this more easily, right? Yeah. You could just search for translate and then do one of these. There. Some of these are multiple words. So let's do that. And then let's do unique lines. This did not work exactly the way I wanted it to. Well, anyway, level, healing, chance. Let's write all these things down. Level, healing, chance, healing bonus, duration, dodge bonus. I guess I should stop writing them out explicitly. Power bonus. Yeah. Power reduction, miss chance, cooldown. Damage bonus. Huh. What is damage bonus showing for? That's interesting. Yeah, I guess it's different from power bonus. Okay, health. Remaining. Oh my god, there's so many of these. Bonus chance? Separate from just chance? Heal amount. Okay, so there's healing and there's heal amount. Why? And we use this in 2 different places? So where do we use healing? In one place. Every time a zombie bites an enemy, it heals itself based on the damage dealt. Can't I change that to heal amount? Yeah, I'm changing that to heal amount. Lowercase? Yeah. Okay, so now healing is not a thing anymore. But heal amount is. Damage reduction, do we already have that? No. Light rays? Yeah, some of these are very specific. Health decrease. Damage transferred. Fortitude bonus. I should probably just delete all these. Alright, damage reduction we already have. Number of allies. Dodge chance. We have that already. No, we have dodge bonus. Oh my god. Time reduction. Oh, this is for Mushy's thing? Huh. It's for 2 things. Time reduction. Okay, the rest of these, I think we can just do one of these. Yeah. There we go. Now delete all of the quotation marks. And there we have it. So we have 63 column headers. Oh man, this is a corn keyboard. Wait, bonus chances there twice. How'd that happen? Unique. Oh, one has a space after it? Oh. Are any other 2 the same? Oh, interesting. This one's capitalized. It's the only one. Stack size. Huh. Well, that fixes that problem. All right, any other capitalized ones? Any other problems with any of this? If I just search for a space and then do this, do we have any capital letters here? Oh, you know what we could do to test this? Watch this. We could paste it into 2 tabs, select this, make them all lowercase, and then compare it with the other tab. And if there's no difference, then they were all lowercase to begin with. Yeah, nice. Okay, so they are all correctly capitalized. And then, yeah, these are all the column headers we need. Yeehaw. All right, well, let's go type them all in. Let's go type them all in. Okay, so public static string. Okay, here's what we can do. As long as I'm doing crafty things here, we can change the case of all of these to be title case. And then delete all of the spaces. And then split the selection like that. And we have the names for all of them. And then we can do translate column headers. All right. And damage should already be there, right? Damage bonus. Damage wasn't. There. Okay, now what's the problem? That we had hyphens. Damage reduction bonus. And another hyphen. And another hyphen. There, they're all fixed. Nopsis, thanks for the sub. Okay, so we got our 63 column names. Now we need to use them everywhere. Howdy, Windy. How's it going? Can you see the tiniest bit of my cat's head right here? Does your dog ever sit on your lap, Windy? Okay, so now we would need to go find every single case outside of this file and replace them all. So we click this, we search for source star.cs. We find 173 results. We get rid of columns.cs. That did not work. Actually, we can just get rid of it from over here, right? Bingo. Bingo. Okay, now close out of every other tab. And here's what we're left with. 110 results we got to go fix. But we use we very loosely here, excuse me, because we can ask an AI to do this for us. Nay, we can tell the AI to do it for us. All right, so let's try with a few of these. So let's open up, let's say, this file and this and this and this. And then let's have it new chat. Click open editors. Okay, so replace all of the translate calls that have column headers as the second argument with the new... I should probably add that too, huh? Now columns is added in twice. What is going on? Why is there no X there? All right, I'll just X out of all of these. That'll show it. Oh, I see. Okay. Replace all of the translate calls that have column headers as a second argument with the new static strings from columns.cs. Code it for me. This is not really coding it for me. It's literally just replacing a reference to a string with another string. I mentioned this earlier in the stream, in the morning stream, but I like using AI for mechanical stuff like this. I'm not going to learn anything by replacing a hard-coded string with additional adventurers, for example. My dog does quite often. Oh, wow. I think I've seen your dog on stream like once. I don't think I've ever seen your dog in your lap. If I try closing the door and keeping Abby out, she'll just meow at the door and then paw at it. So it doesn't really work. So this is correct, but it didn't add the using statement in. I mean, let's look through all the files that it changed. I'm guessing it worked on all of them. Oh, I'm looking at that file already. Yeah, so... Oh. That's weird. It put a comment there saying added. Is that even correct? It's, yeah, I guess it is in messages. So why didn't it put it for this one? Because it already existed? Oh, all right, nice. But I just don't understand why it thought a comment saying added would be good. I don't want that comment there. So this looks fine. We should probably make sure it matches. Yeah. Well, there's only one duration, I guess. Healing bonus. Actually, they should all match because the names of the variables should match. So keep that. Yeah, I don't want it to say added on this. This is chance. That got changed. Good. Yeah. This is heal amount. Keep. What is this file? Base ability level. Yeah, that looks good. Why is this stuff looking weird? We don't use the translation server anymore. Nice. All right, cool. So it modified a few of those files. Did the chance one add a second column? Good question. No, it doesn't look like it. There's only one chance one, right? Yeah, heal amount, level, chance, healing bonus, duration. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're fine. What model is Raptor Mini based from? I guess I can Google that. I don't recall. I only read about this once the other day. Is ragging him up while streaming? He's a big lump. Well, how's your evening going? Okay, so I wanted to do this for all the other files that I have. So I guess close out of this and close out of everything that's not columns. And then just start opening new files. Do the same for these files. But don't add a comment saying... Don't add any comments. How about that? Yeah. All right, open editors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should be passing in 6 things, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? One of these is not open then, right? Close call. Concussive blows there twice. Okay, that's fine. Right, because it always adds in the current file. It's a little weird it doesn't deduplicate that. I think I understand why it doesn't. Because you might want to X out of one of those without caring about what is currently open. Working on a quest system. First foray into events, really. Most complicated code I've written in so far. Fingers crossed. It's all good. Nice. This man's a C# genius. He doesn't need to cross his fingers. But if he did, he'd cross them like this into a pound sign. Zing. Oh boy. All right. Based on GPT-5 Mini with custom tune. Yeah, it seems like it's pretty good. And this time it did it without adding comments, which is nice. So I wanted to just keep doing this for basically everything so that I can just click the keep button a bunch of times. And yeah, so far so good. Power bonus, dodge bonus. They always need to maintain the same order too, which they did. Dodge bonus, yeah. All right, cool. So let's give it maybe 20 files at a time now. 1, 2, 1. Oh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Actually, let's just do 15. I don't want to overload it. All right, do the same for these files. Man. She's so soft. So would find and replace with the regex have been faster? But then I need to add the usings myself too. I don't want to do that. I guess we could have probably found a fancy way around that too. Maybe by finding and replacing this with the new using and then running .NET format afterward. Yeah. I don't know. No, we need a pretty crazy regex to deal with the hyphenated ones and the ones with spaces. It wouldn't be impossible to write. All right, it looks good. Good. Love doing this. Just hitting keep when everything looks fine. And it does, because this is what AI is great at, is very, very basic things. Yeah, this is going to cut down on a lot of duplication and hopefully make things a little bit more consistent. Like I found that we were using heal amount and healing. I mean, you could just use one of those things. Yeah, this needs to be saved. Power bonus. power bonus, mischance, duration. Yeah, cool. Nice. Okay. 13, 14, 15. Okay, there's another 15 files. Can I go to this? Yeah. How do I... What's that button do? Oh, I see. You can name it. All right. Do the same for these files. Done. While that's working, it didn't add in any added comments, right? No, it did not. Good. Hey, Smalls. Yeah, I'm glad it helped, or I hope it helped a little bit. I know there was a bug that you found with the decibels thing, and I'm glad you fixed that too. I was just telling Flair this because I recorded a video for you and for Flair, and it's neat seeing your games. It's neat seeing what you're working on. It's nice being able to share in that, and hopefully, like I said, help a bit. Yeah. I wish you both the best of luck. Can .NET format do that? Add missing usings? I don't think it adds missing ones, but it can delete extra ones. So what I could have done is searched for this and maybe this and replaced it with the exact same text, but with another using in the middle. And if we needed that or not, then .NET format would remove the extra one. So yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, it looks like once it gets started on this, that it does a pretty good job. I don't know what's fastest. Is it fastest to send it 5 files a bunch of times or to send it 50 files? Because that's all I really care about at this point is just what's fastest. Because we have a lot more of these to change. And even doing it 15 at a time is not all that fast. But this is doing pretty well, so great. I should probably write a comment saying that it means lightning bolts. Dodge chance. Number of allies. Power bonus. Looks good. Power bonus. Damage transferred. Fortitude bonus. Damage reduction. But that's in parentheses. That's probably a little bit strange. Maybe I should put the whole thing in parentheses. Do we use this anywhere else? Oh, man, we do. All right. I don't know. I don't know if I should leave that. Where's the next diff? This stuff's all fine. That's fine. Yeah, so what do I want to do about this one? I don't think I like having parentheses here, but I can't think of a language where that might be a problem. And if it is, then people will just tell me, I guess. So let's at least do this. A $sign. Then... Ooh. There. Cut out just a little bit more. Keep. Ooh, what's going on here? Why do we need the UI for this? Huh. Why is that there? If I remove you, what turns into an error? BB code functions. Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Health decrease is okay. Yeah, and that's everything. All right. Let's try running this before I get any further. Why is it in parentheses? Because the column before it is the fortitude. So it gives you, let's say, 50 fortitude, which means nothing to the normal player. So then in parentheses, it says, here's how much damage it actually reduces. But it's not giving you both fortitude and damage reduction. It's just indicating this is what that means. This build, so that's good enough for me. By the way, I'll show you where that is in the game. Here's a second person to stumble on the reviving skeletons thing, so I reworded it to be nicer. Last playtest, I was having a real issue with people holding right click, so I think I went a bit too far on the other side about being aggressively over-transparent. I see. Yeah, you know, I find the overall process of iterating based on people's experiences and feedback, I find it to be fun because it reveals so much. Like, so I don't think there's anything personal I can even reveal about Smalls the Kobold's game, but I opened the game And the first thing I did, because I was going to be recording the video, is I lowered the volume to 50%. And due to a bug, this caused all of the audio to be deleted. But since there was no audio up until that point, I just assumed there was no audio in the whole game. So I thought, oh, I lowered this just in case, but turns out there's no audio. Oh, there was audio. There just happened to be a bug there. And if you didn't see someone open the game and immediately change a setting, you might not ever find that sort of bug. Or maybe they only lowered to 90% where the bug wouldn't have been as present. So yeah, I think that's kind of interesting because I've seen people do all sorts of things in Skeleseller and like things I wouldn't expect and things where they drag. Let me first of all show Kevin this thing I was going to do before I forget. So if I do this and show the paladin, it's right here. So this tooltip, like the fortitude bonus shows, but then in parentheses, damage reduction. And yeah, maybe we can make that clearer. Also, this is the only table in the entire game that has this happen, where the white bar goes outside of this. And I'm not totally sure why. And it might actually be due to the parentheses for all I know. I'm not positive, though. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So one of the things that people do in Skeleseller a lot is this farmer tells you, drop potions into the extractor near me. So if you get a potion, you can put the... Oh, they took it from me. You can put this into the extractor. And it plants a seed on your farm. But a lot of people are like, I want to drag it to this guy. And you can, because I've seen enough people do that I'm like, I'll just make that work for people. So yeah, that's something I never would have even thought to do if I hadn't seen someone click the wrong thing. I think you gain a lot of insight by watching people. Notes for this build is like 30 plus, already fixed or adjusted 22 things. Nice, yeah. Should we condense that to one column? Possibly, but if so, I'll do it later because I've got a bug on that already, I think. Okay, so we're going to do another set of files here. All right, so there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Do the same for these files. You fix their stupidity? It's not stupidity, though, and that's... You know, this is what I think is kind of interesting. I know you're saying that tongue-in-cheek, but if one person out of a million makes a mistake, yeah, you could probably say it's on that 1 out of a million people. But if 900,000 people out of a million make a mistake, you can probably say it's the game or the system. And yeah, there's a big difference between like 0.0001% or whatever and 90%. But still, if 10% of the players in your game are making a mistake, it's probably on the game to fix that. And that can go for almost anything. It's like if you saw 99% of your player base struggle with something for 5 hours and you intended for it to be difficult, you could conclude, okay, well, then it's properly difficult, but probably it means you should tone it down. All right, this looks good. Good. Yeah, I think not passing in columns made this work a little bit faster, but it's hard to say. Okay, looks good. Max chunk bonus. Yeah, some of these are pretty... Oop, wait, hang on, go back. How do I go back? I didn't look at the other one. Starting chunks, yeah, that's fine. Damage reduction, max. Chance, time reduction. Damage bonus, chance. Cooldown, cooldown. Okay, all this is looking pretty good. Nice. Before I move on, I want to alphabetize this if I haven't already. I believe I did. Oh, it doesn't put spaces when you do that. And somehow it created a whole bunch of blank lines. Oh, because it alphabetized the blank lines. Well, that's easy enough to fix. There, done. All right, so now they're definitely alphabetized and there are blank lines in between them. So now we close all that again. And we open up another 15 files. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we say do the same for these files. You must do it right now. Man, The whole reason I'm doing this today is in the today command, but it's that I'm going to run out of my premium credits for the AI stuff in like 3 days. And I want to try to get it to translate all the strings that we have. And ideally for all the languages we want to translate for, and just see how good of a job it does. And I'm expecting like a 40% success rate. So it'll probably translate something like Fireball just fine, and Lightning Bolt and whatever else. But then it'll probably translate some of the descriptions maybe a little bit poorly. Oh, I approve the message. I immediately think of that's right. It goes in the square hole video when I think about end users for any software ever. Yeah, but I think there's some amount of derision behind the memes. And I think this is just reality, and we're all that user for something. There's just, yeah, there's got to be some realm where you do something that's just so colossally like, oh, why didn't I think of that? And I know what happens to me. I know it does. I have the stupid towing example, right? This isn't me using a product wrong, but this is me doing something incredibly stupid. This thing in Twitch chat, which I'm not going to show on stream for too long. Okay, looks good, looks good. Why is it scrolling up to here? It used to have it scrolled down the whole time. I wanted to be scrolled down. I guess because it's adding those and it didn't need to add them for like 10 of them? Huh, okay. Yeah, maybe abilities had that for some reason. All right, this should maybe have stayed local to this file. Because I don't even think this shows up anywhere. And it's not a reused. Yeah, I'm gonna delete this. Undo. And that's nothingness amount. So we got to go to column names or columns and search for nothingness. Yeah, there. All right, now what's this one? Additional town perks. Yeah, these aren't reused. I think it's still fine. Wait, this is already yellow. It got added. All right, I don't care. I'll just let .NET format fix that. Yeah, the rest of these are looking fine. Okay, good. Yep, cool. All right, so we have 29 left. Let's just give it the 29. We're a silly end user at some point for some things. Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, this is the fundamental attribution error. You judge other people by their actions and you judge yourself by your intentions. You know what you thought when you were using a product wrong or a service wrong or whatever, when you're putting things in the wrong hole. And then you don't know what other people are thinking necessarily. So you're just like, wow, that person's an idiot. And it's not until you get to experience this as the producer of something, and you get to see people use your product in a certain way. You're like, what do I have to do to stop this from happening? I think what's kind of cool, and I'd love for there to be a series on just this sort of thing, like design changes people made based on, I'll say, short-sightedness, or let's say stupidity. So I thought of something road related, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, I guess that's kind of an example. There was that 11-foot truck sign thing. 11-foot truck. Wait, no, maybe it's not 11 feet. Hang on a second. What's that overpass that keeps getting hit? What is that called? It's got some name. Oh man, now I want to find this even though it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I can't find it. Well, anyway, there's if people know that a truck is going to hit a bridge, they put a sign before the bridge so that the truck hits the sign and then hopefully hears something and stops. And that's a pretty good example of this. Just like, it's pretty cheap. Doesn't cause a lot of damage to the truck, presumably. Yeah, 11'8", that's what it was. Yeah, this website. So this bridge is lower than normal. And so many trucks have hit it that they just have video after video after video of people hitting it. And apparently... What? Puzzles? Yeah. And yeah, they put a bunch of signage. Although people are still hitting it, so it doesn't really kind of prove my point, I guess, about here's a design thing that they changed. It didn't work at least. Number of plots. Cool. Crop. Oh, yeah. Growth rate bonus. So now we're in all the farm stuff here. Speed bonus. Oh, it did this again. Oh, man. I want to reject this again. Yeah. I didn't mean for it to even do that one. But we're getting to the bottom of all of this. I just have to click this another 15 times. I could just trust it and say keep all of them. I don't ever want to do that with AI code. Unless it's something I could verify some other way. But yeah, so far, this is looking good. Cool, cool. Cool. I mean, it's adding in the wrong using every single time. But that's okay. We'll fix that with .NET format. I could have given it a better prompt. Sludge bonus. Yeah, looking good. Cool. That's everything. Okay, so now let's search for column headers. We should only see it in 2 files, I think. There's 1 file and there's a 2nd file. Perfect. Now we run .NET format. So let's see how many of those it incorrectly added this for. This will take about 30 seconds to finish. So while that's running, let's look at the diff. Yeah. All right, I don't expect to see anything interesting here. And that's how we want to keep it. So I'm just going to scroll down. And if anything pops out at me, so basically, if I ever saw more than 1 line of code get modified per file in a row, I think that would be a problem. And yeah, we're almost to the bottom of this. The only file like this is columns.cs. Yep, cool. Okay, so now it should have fixed all the using statements. And how many did it find? 2? That's it? And different using statements from what I thought. Huh. I wonder why I highlighted those yellow then. That seems wrong. Oh, take care, Mitch. Sorry, I missed the message before 11:48. Got to get my kids. Yeah, my work, not theirs. Thanks. By the way, since today's December 1st, I shared my idea. I talked to my wife about this, that we're going to do the advent of purging. And the goal is by December Xth, get rid of X items. So on the 10th, you need to have gotten rid of 10 items. And on the 25th, which is when this is done, you'll have to have gotten rid of 25 items. But you could do all 25 today if you want. That's why this wording exists this way. So today I'm going to go look around our place and see what can I get rid of. And get rid of doesn't necessarily mean trash. Could mean donate. I mean, some stuff probably will go in the trash if it's not usable anymore. But like, I've got a bunch of old routers that I don't know why we have them. I don't ever plan on using them. I don't think they'll even come in handy for me anymore. So like, I'll toss out, 2, 3 of those. That'll be 3 days worth of stuff. Okay, so localize column headers. These, oh, wait a sec. Were they all already done? Move column headers to their own file. Yeah, I guess now we should go see if we've localized them all. So form skill table should be the best way to find this. Yeah, something tells me that we haven't done this for everything. Yeah, we haven't. But at least changing some of these should be a lot easier. So like this is just going to change to columns dot damage. Cool. That's all good. It's all good. Okay, so far so good. I'm expecting to see other ones that are hard-coded here. And I don't see any yet. But I'd be very surprised if there was only one instance. That would be pretty impressive, actually. This one doesn't count. I don't care about that. Yeah, so far they're all fine. Oh, wow. Well, color me very surprised. Yeah, that was the whole code base. That's all her items. Well, when she comes back, she wanted to do it too. So she'll have a much harder time if I get rid of 25 of her things. Hey, Pretzel. Wow. Speak of the devil. We've been talking about you all stream. All stream. What's he going to say when he comes in? What semi-snarky, I've given up on making an effort kind of thing is he going to say? Localize. One more column header. This is the only instance of form skill table that I found that had a hard-coded string. Oh, really? Well, now we're going to double down. We're going to talk about him twice as much. I wrote, make sure to put a ton of examples about how these things get used. I don't really think that's necessary. The one thing I do think might be nice is writing bolts here to maybe say this means lightning bolts. This refers to lightning bolts. Yeah. Who is this oppressal individual? I always get a kick when other people say espresso on their streams. It's not that weird of a mistake to make. Sometimes you only see certain combinations of letters together. So EPR is not... Actually, does it ever appear at the beginning of an English word? Regex Dictionary. Let's find out. How do you actually get to type this thing? There we go. All right, so EPR dot star. Yeah. We couldn't find any matches. Yeah, but ESPR, I mean, finds espresso and esprit. Oh, this is French. This isn't even English. Actually, don't know if that's the French spelling of it. I want to look that up now. Yeah, it is. Okay. Hey, Galaxy Inferno. Probably high crime and oppressal. Oh, yeah, that's straight to jail. Hey, Oppressal, how's your secret project going? The one you keep sometimes referring to on stream. On my stream, I mean. Clarify bolts are lightning bolts. All right, clean up. Make sure categories are all singular or plural, not mixed. Oh, I don't want to do this. Okay, fine. We really should. Sometimes there's a boring task that I actually don't think is that hard to do, and you could have a kind of clever way of doing it. So in this case, what we need to figure out is what are all of our message contexts, which there, we're done. And then we select them all and make them unique. And then alphabetize them and then delete the message context part. So here's everything. Somehow there's a comma in there. How is that possible? Message ctxt comma? Well, that's got to be a mistake. Adventures, panel tab, 705. What? Your current level. That's not even where this shows up. Oh, did I go to the wrong thing? No, I didn't go to the wrong thing. What? What is going on? Oh, it's just getting this one string. Oh, I don't think it knows how to use the @ symbol. Well, that shouldn't be there, by the way. I don't know if this is going to fix things, though. In fact, any other... No, man. All right, let's try this. Get text gets confused. Oh, man. All right, I got to fix that then. Pressel's really toned down the effort. So yeah, I guess it can't do this. Oh wait, it did something there. Hang on a second. It gets confused by $ strings, I think, not at strings. Your current level /n/n, that's correct. UL/n. Increase your level by eating wisdom sludge. Oh, it's down below. Increase your level by eating wisdom sludge /n. Every even number level /n. Max level is that /n. UL. Yeah, that looks great. Why did this one not have a new line after the UL? Oh, it did. Okay, I think this is working now. So wait, why did I do that though? Oh yeah, because I found a weird context thing there. All right, so now let's do that again. So message context, select, do that, delete all those, delete that and that, select all unique, and alphabetize. Okay, so here are all the different contexts that we have. And what I want to figure out is, first of all, should we use plural or singular? No, that's all I want to figure out. And this isn't even a difficult question. You pretty much just pick one. So I guess if we use the singular, then we're defining shorter strings everywhere. So let's just use the singular one. I think for translators, though, seeing the pluralized one might actually look better. Yeah, I think I like the pluralized one. Okay, so which ones are bad? These are all fine. So dialogue description, dialogue title, elite flavor text. I think it's fine. Elite names, enchanter, errors, farm, floating text, or slime, item flavor text, item names, joke text, location names, medals, misc notes, notifications. Off state, pawn, quest packs, requests, quick destination. Okay, so that one's wrong too. Tips, tool tips, town menu, treasure, warnings. Okay, so just these three. All right, not too bad. So we just got to search for that on its own. Whoop, that's not even what's on my clipboard. By the way, I want to copy paste this somewhere else so I don't mess this up. Settled on plural for the sake of translators. I think it looks better. All right, so dialogue description. We want to search in just CS files. Source *** CS. Cool. Only 22 results. And they should all be exactly the same, such that I can use find replace for this. But I just want to make sure. Yep, they're all fine. All right, so replace that with the pluralized version and click the button. Done. Next, dialogue title. Good. Cool. Okay, check that in. Wait, just double checking. Oh, yeah. Where's the button? There. And then the last one is tab title. Good. This should never show up to the user because there's no space in any of these. Although tab title should just never show up even with a space to a user. All right, that all looks good too. How's y'all's weekend? Mine was pretty good. I played some video games. I got some productive stuff done. I ironed a bunch of shirts. Just overall exciting stuff. All right, I'm going to very quickly look through all of this. I don't see anything unusual. Oh yeah, I had to fix this. In fact, that should be checked in on its own. What file is this? Adventure panel tab. From string, this prevented the string from being detected by xgetText. Cool. Then we just keep going. Yep, cool. So pluralize all contexts. Get text context. Only 3 needed to be changed of, how many did I have? I can't find them again, can I? Oh, nice, we can. Okay, how many do we have? 48. That's 1/16. Okay, done with that. When all is done, look through translate context names. Did I not categorize something? Did I make a typo? Oh yeah, we should look for typos in that. That should be pretty simple. So select all message context, do this again too. Great, unique. And then we just go to docs.new and just paste it in here and say spell check. No suggestions. All right, sure, sounds good. I'm gonna trash this now. By the way, it's pretty cool that Google made those. Docs.new brings you to a new document. Sheets.new brings you to a new sheet. Do we add the context to all the strings? I don't think I did for the keybinds. I don't do it everywhere. So if you didn't add them, that's fine. And in some cases, like building strings, translators will also have the file name, which I think is clear enough. Like that's what I would have written for the context for all of these. So why write it there? But for columns, I did write column headers because I didn't know if columns would be clear enough. Can you hear Abby meowing? It's 3 o'clock. Like without fail. And the thing is, if I close the door right now, she's generally pretty good. You want to come up again? Come on. I know. It's miserable. Miserable in this household. We feed you twice a day. We give you treats. We play with you. We cuddle with you. And what do? You meow at us. All right. So if I can. Want to sit down? Do you want to just attack me? Experiencing a consistent bug. It's her stomach. Stomach is her clock. Hi. Yeah. Yes, hi. She lets you do all that? Yeah. You know, she's calmed down so much. It's not like she was ever a wild cat or anything. But when we first got her, she'd like swipe at us sometimes. Now, she's just so patient and calm. Except for when she's hungry. Then she meows a lot. Dude sits in his room most of the day and talks to himself. You know, the other thing that's kind of funny about me using a computer, she doesn't chase the mouse or anything. And she also doesn't like stand in the way of my monitor. Hey, from next door. See you have a pair programmer? Yes, I do. This is Abby. Abby is the best cat. And that's why we have emotes for Abby. Adam, Abby. Look at that little cat. Okay, so I think it's pretty good. Generated abilities need a category. Is that even true? Oh yeah, they don't have one. Maybe ability descriptions. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, let me close the door. Yeah. When Abby is on my lap, my productivity falls a bit, and also my posture takes a hit. Oh, she's meowing outside now. All right, so everything in generated abilities has a translate. How do we find these? Just search for translate, and then files to include source abilities, passive, generated abilities, star.cs. Oh my goodness, 44? Oh man. Oh wait, no, 15 files. Okay, never mind. That's not bad. 15. All right, so all we need to do is say ability descriptions. So we're just going to copy paste this and put this everywhere over there. Should be pretty easy. Oh wait, that's not it. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did that right. This is like the unlocked description though. Oh, these are already done. Am I searching for the wrong thing? Why isn't this finding everything that matches this structure? Translated description? Oh, this one in particular is special. Okay. Oh, so this is generated but doesn't have an oh, it's not unlockable. So that's the difference between this and this? Ah, okay. I understand. All right, that's fine. All right, we should be almost done here. No, that was it, right? We're done now? Yeah. Okay, let's try building. Man. One of the things I've got to do is validate whatever the AI produces as translations. Probably gonna run that by Kevin. Just be like, hi, is this what you would say for Fireball? Is this what you would say for Inferno? Be like, Adam, are you planning to burn a house down? All right, this is built. We're fine. This is add context to generated abilities. Yeah. I might as well review this really fast. They should all be the exact same change. Yep. All right, before I forget, let's push that. I don't want to lose any of this stuff. Good. I'm gonna bump this down the list. I never want to touch that. Change our analyzer to detect when you call translate $sign. It won't be picked up. Okay, this is actually kind of an interesting task. Where is our analyzer? Right there. Man, I'm getting hungry again. Maybe I'm a cat. If I start meowing at everyone, please make me stop streaming. Okay, check if the first argument is a call to translate. Then I want to check the first argument to the translate call. Get literal string, and if it's null, do something. If it has value and it's a const value and it's a string value. Okay, so what I want to check is this. I want to see if it has a value and its value is a formatted string. Is that a thing? Formattable string? Then this should throw an exception. How do we have it report correctly? Like this? Oh, it'd have to be a different rule for that. I don't want to do this. Hey, Alexis. I'm doing pretty well. In case it helps, tired of having to do the setup stream every time at work. Looks it up. You can do a global auto setup remote. It'll figure it out automatically. Yeah, I wonder why I wouldn't do that. Get auto setup remote. How do I just want to see what's the downside of doing this. I guess if you want to be explicit about everything you do, maybe. But yeah, I do not care about that. So let's turn that on. Thanks. All right, so there's no easy way to report this. I'd have to make another formatter. Or I'd have to like return a special thing from here. What do I do? Man, I picked the right one. I hope we did that correctly, whatever I just did. Let me take a look. Yeah, this is fine. So yeah, ABC had told me that we would normally just make another analyzer for this, but I want to cram everything into one. And yeah, it's not easy to do that. Okay, well, let's do something down here. Let's do this. If private static bool is first argument formatable string. Okay. I don't know what we're going to do there yet, but it's going to look something like this. And probably that, and probably this. And then just return this thing. So if is first argument, and now we get it from this, then make a thing here. Except for this needs to be a new diagnostic. And I need to probably localize all that stuff. To be like no formatable strings in translate rule. And that's what we plug in over here. Expected and provided. I'm just going to delete that. Is that even a thing you can do? Yeah. Invoked with an unsupported diagnostic descriptor. Is the context made to only support a certain thing? I don't know what I'm doing. Huh. Then we must use rules somewhere else. Ah, there it is. Okay. All right, and then this stuff would need to change. Title, message format. Where do these come from? Localizable string. I'm not even going to localize this, so let's just delete this. Oh, you know what I should do, though? I should figure out what it's actually called. It's something like this. Analyzer title. Where are the strings? Here they are. Mismatched formatting, title of diagnostic. Okay, so I want to put this here. Say formatable string found. Maybe just like that. Message format, what is that? The translated string requires parameters, but you have... Okay, so how about you cannot use a formatable string with a $sign as the first argument to translate. Now why is this yellow? Should not contain any trailing. Yeah, got it. Almost missed you. Another happy Monday and week to you, sir. Thank you, Krasner. I hope you have a good week too. How's the elephant localization coming along? It is moving forward. Yeah. There's been quite a lot to this. Provide the correct number of arguments. Get rid of the $sign. Okay, so does this work? I'd be kind of surprised if this works. So now what do? Do I build this? I don't remember any of this part. I think I have to build the whole project for this to do anything. Warning, converting null literal or possible null value. All right, so now what? I just try using this, or I open a file that has a problem. So if we open anything with translate in it, actually, we could just search for a $sign, can't we? Huh, doesn't show up anywhere. Find that hard to believe. But sure, let's look at something like this and put a $sign. Does it find it as a problem now? No. I might need to reload the whole project. I'm not sure. One file at a time. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It could be that the analyzer isn't correct. Maybe I messed this up. Maybe this isn't a formatable string. TR $sign? Do we have one of those? No. Yeah, the only place we have it is here. I don't know why it's not finding this. If is first argument... Nope, we can get rid of that. Formatable string. Create one of these. All right, how about this? Let's just delete this part of the clause. This should definitely find it as an error now. So now I got to rebuild. I think you got to rebuild the string format analyzer. I don't remember exactly how this works. I'm going to rebuild the game and just see, does that somehow break this? Let's pick the string format analyzer. It's not finding anything. What am I missing? Huh. Yeah, weird. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't remember what the development workflow is for this. Maybe I wrote it down in my notes. Rebuild your project. Okay. All right, well, let's violate the first rule. How about that? How do we even do that? If the number of arguments doesn't match, okay, so what we need to do then is a string dot format this and give it a number that we don't use. So this should produce an error. And this doesn't. Okay, something's very wrong. I must have changed the logic of this too much. We added this in. We returned 2 rules. I just have an else if there. I don't know how this could break. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Well, let's try the rebuild the project thing again. Yeah, I don't know. This should get highlighted. Huh. Okay, well, what could this mean? It could mean I broke the analyzer. It could mean that this is not a violation of that rule somehow, although I don't know how that'd be possible. So what does this find? Translator tr call just has a single constant string. Expected number of arguments. I don't see anything wrong. All right, let's just quit all of VS Code. What I'm expecting to have happen is for this line to get shown as an error, we're using a placeholder, but we're not providing a value for it. So it's not like I'm putting damage here or something like that. We're just saying byte 0. All right, maybe, Yeah, I don't know what I should do. How would it not locate this? I don't know. Translate tr. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe it's breaking. No, it can't be breaking something. This is already the code that I had. All right, let's just delete the new code. Let's just get rid of this else. Yeah, maybe that's somehow causing a problem. And now if I rebuild this, everything will work. I don't actually know that. Although if that were the case, I would see an exception somewhere. So what about now? Is it going to find this? Maybe I need to modify this. It's still not. Oh, wow. I don't know what I did. Maybe it's adding this rule in. I should just get rid of all the code that I changed. Yeah, let's do that. There. So now I have no code that I've modified. We can even get rid of that. So nothing is different now. If this doesn't highlight this line, then there's some other problem going on. I'll reload this just in case. Wow. All right, I don't have an explanation for what's going on here. I don't know why this analyzer isn't analyzing. Is there some file path that's needed? I guess we can print things out from here and I can try to see what's going on. This will show up in C# output of VS Code. Loaded by C# dev kit. Yeah, that's fine. So what can we print here? Console.writeLine. Hello. First of all, I should only have to rebuild this one project, right? Symbol console is banned for use by analyzers. Should not be reading and writing the console. Wow, that must be new. Funky Monkey, thanks for the resub. Happy 26 months. And happy December. What a day. The final month of the year. Then we'll be in 2026. Is that not crazy to anybody else? Yeah, so I think this is a new error. One made just to vex me. How do we find this? Is this new? 2023. What? I have this written down though. Calls from the analyzer will show in C# output, but now it won't even build it for me. And it's considered an error. Maybe we could just suppress this. I know they shouldn't be writing to it, but I just want to debug this now. Each time I make the December folder of the year, I get slight anxiety. Wow. Why do you categorize them to that level of granularity? All right, so is this working now? Still no? Wait. I knew that already. What I didn't know is, does this show my hello line here? Hello. It doesn't, which means it's not running. Huh. Let's put this higher up. Hello from Adam. I know there's a warning lower down here. That was already there though. It's still, oh, there it is. Okay, so that is printing out. And then something's going wrong. Huh. I have 850 pieces of music from the year. Are they like music files on your system, or are they just titles and links? Okay, so what's the problem here? Converting null literal or possible null value to non-nullable type. And if I do this, yeah. So if this is null or... All right, so let's find out why this thing is leaving. I'll write this down here too. You may need this in order to allow console write line calls. Full instrumentals. So, but music files, right? As opposed to just like text. Because I was going to say you could have something like song A by band B, and yeah, like link. Or you could have, you know, song A.mp3 or something like that, or FLAC, or whatever. All right, so I want to find out where this thing is bailing out, and I can't properly debug this. So early return 1, early return 2, early return 3. Early return 4. And if we got there, then we'll just say got to expected args. How about that? So now rebuild this. Gotcha files, yeah. Just make a single audio file with chapters. Just compress it all and listen to the compressed music. It'll sound like you're really far away. All right, so now we go over here and we look at this, and it says early return 1. If the containing type is null, or it's not a system string, or it's not format. I mean, some amount of early returns are going to happen. Yeah. I was going to say it should get to the expected args at some point. So it is getting there. And then it's just matching this correctly. Oh my God. I think we're not checking for context. Oh man. Okay. A translate call just has a single constant string. No, it doesn't. Whoops. Is less than, oh, how about this? Not equal to 1, and it's not equal to 2. Can either have a single constant string, or it can have another constant. I guess it's literal string. Oh yeah, so how about this? A translator TR call has to have a single literal string as its first argument. It can have an optional second argument for context. All right, so then this is wrong too. This is 3 or 4. It can optionally have a 4th parameter for context. Great. Thought you removed the context earlier to test. Yeah, I don't think I did. And now this should work perfectly. And I just never tested this earlier for this. So now it should detect this as an error. It should say, hey, you're not formatting. We expect 2 parameters to be there. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. Translated string requires 2 parameters. Perfect. Okay, so the thing I want to check, I delete these, the thing goes away. I put a $sign here, and it should find that, but I commented everything out, so we got to go put that back in. So we put you back, and you, and you, and this is the last one. Ooh, then we rebuild this, and then we go look over here, and we should see it get highlighted and tell you not to use a $sign. It's not doing it. Oh, there it goes. You cannot use a formatable string with a $sign as the first argument. Nice. Yeah, awesome. Oh, it is still a problem. Uh-oh. So a string is considered a formatable string? How do we detect that you've used a $sign? Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Oh, I just didn't, I didn't have the if statement there correct. Okay, yeah. All right. Let's go fix that. Yeah, right. Everything was broken originally, so I was just trying to get this thing to show up. And I forgot that I left that there. All right, so now what? We're fine? Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so I put a $sign. It should break. Hello? Hello? Okay, maybe this is still wrong. Const value is formatable string. Well, let's try this to see if everything's working. Okay, so there's a problem with this. We need to figure out what this is considered because I don't know what it is. So we'll just console.writeline it. Console.writeline const value. I want to know the type. There. Okay. Now we click this and then output and then just wait. Well, oh, there it goes. Type is an optional object. What? When I click this, it's not going to print out at all. No, it's still printing out. What? What is going on? Const value byte. I'm printing hey Sphere for you. Welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. Hope everyone's doing well. I am struggling with a very, very specific thing that I'm trying to do, which is detect from a C# analyzer that we're passing in a $ string here and not just a regular string. And I can't figure out what the difference is just yet. Well, welcome in. What are the chances that you're ending literally now? Not quite yet, but it is pretty close. So I don't know if I mentioned this to you in the recent past, but ever since daylight saving time, my cat now thinks 5 p.m. is 4 p.m. And I've just never corrected her. I don't have the heart. So she thinks it's feeding time in 27 minutes, but she starts meowing like an hour in advance anyway. So at some point it gets to be an emergency where I just have to go feed her. But welcome in, LG. Hey, Penguin. And hey, Spiritman, thanks for the resub. She is the boss. She is indeed. Also, shout out to Spherophoria. What are you working on nowadays, Spherophoria? And hey, Mysterious. Const value.value.get type. That might be what I want. Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm getting the type of the first thing. And I want it of this. And maybe I'm checking that the wrong thing was a formatable string and now it will work. I don't know. Is that keyboard good? I love it. Yeah, I think it's great. Now, I will say this. I've heard from a bunch of people, even just in the last day in my community. I think 3 people who got the keyboard, probably like largely because of me, that said they are having trouble or they had trouble. And one person stopped using it after like 3 days. Another person only uses it 3 days per week. And another person just got it and it's just struggling because they're learning how to type on it. That third person will probably eventually grasp it and feel good about it. But the first 2 people might never use it more than they're currently using it. Uber chill dog. Just get to tell her what's up and she's cool with it. That is pretty nice. Working on a Wayland window manager. Got nerd sniped by Advent of Code. Yeah. I like that Advent of Code exists. I wonder how much effort it is to put on because I imagine it's a lot. Also, is it really a constant value? May need to get something else. Yeah, I'm not totally sure yet. What does the $ even mean? It means that you can interpolate things inside the string. So you could say like damage is equal to, and then just type damage like this. So it's like backtick strings in JavaScript, except for there you need to use a $, I think. So yeah, just for string interpolation. 50x difficulty. Oh, I mean to produce Advent of Code, not to just do the challenge. Like producing has got to be really tough because you got to come up with the challenges, but then you need to code a bunch of backend stuff, right? I haven't ever done it. You don't use a mouse? No, I use a mouse. I have a mouse here. It just also has a keyboard on it. But I could use the mouse from the keyboard if I wanted to. I do tend to try to use the keyboard. Okay, so I'm trying to figure this out. Let's do this again and click this. And it says it is a string. Really? Can I clear this? It says it's a string no matter what. How do you tell the difference? Well, if it's a string, then we should have some like is. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Why would there be a difference? I thought one was considered a formatable string. Looks like a Razer mouse. It looks like a Naga. It is not. It's a Logitech G600, which was discontinued, unfortunately. Because I would love to get another one at some point, and I'm not going to spend $300 on a mouse. Does the formatting take place before your type checking gets it? I'm not sure. I don't think so. But C#, how to tell the difference between string and formatable string? Maybe it's not called a formatable string. Formatable string. represents a composite string format along with the arguments to be formatted. Oh, really? I just want to know what the format. Huh. Get arguments would exist on a formattable one. So wait, I could do that and then get arguments? No, that doesn't exist. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to find this. Does the node provide a reference to the original span of source code? It probably does. And I could maybe check it to see, was it typed with a $sign? But I would expect there to be some way to differentiate this, and I just can't figure it out. Const value dot value as, well, no, we're not finding that. All right, so what if we just say, no, what am I doing? So I put a $sign here. It's not going to say anything, right? No. All right, so const value, what do we have here? Value. Oh, just these things? So I guess I want the context, something in here. Semantic model, get, is there like a get source? Get symbol info, maybe? What does this do? Get symbol information about a syntax node. Right, I'm not sure. The string dot format that you saw is a static function on string. Get similar to get declaring symbol. Yeah, we could try all these things. Symbol is going to be this. And declaring symbol. Containing type. I don't know. I'm just having this thing print out whatever it possibly can. It's all right. Hey, Simon. If I can't figure this out, it's not the end of the world, but it would be nice to do this. So those things were blank. They might not exist. I should get rid of the hello from Adam. And all this early return stuff. I don't care about any of that. Or this. Yeah, I just care about that one printout. Still, isn't there some way to detect this? Like C# interpolated strings. They have this. $sign character identifies a string literal as an interpolated string. Interpolated string is resolved to a result string. The compiler replaces items. All right, let's just search for this. C# analyzer detect interpolated string. So if Roslyn can detect it, then that means that it knows when you haven't done it. Okay, so let's just search for convert to interpolated string and find it in their code. Probably like this. And I see a bunch of Visual Basic stuff. I want the C# stuff. Regular string to interpolated string code analysis. Yeah. So where's the C# version of this? Well, anyway, maybe if I just do... want to go back to the repo. I'll just click any of these things, I guess. C# portable, here it is. Interpolated string expression syntax. Is that what they're doing in here? Interpolated string expression syntax. Interesting. They define it themselves? Oh, they check for specific tokens. Hmm. Yeah, this might not be worth doing. Yeah, I don't want to spend forever on this. I think we just get rid of this. All right, yeah. Yeah, if it were earlier in the day and I was gonna have like another 3 hours ahead of me or something, maybe I'd try to do this, but I gotta wrap up pretty soon. So let me check all of this and make sure, yeah, this we can revert. That's fine. And then this stuff, so we're not gonna add in a new rule. So that means we're not gonna add this either, but we are gonna keep our curly braces that we added in. And then, oh, this problem too. This is actually incredibly important. Wow. Okay, so just the top part of this is linting fixes. So let's right click and go to, no, that's weird. Where's, oh, because I'm not in just that file. Wow. Okay, here's what I was trying to do is right click and go down to stage selected ranges. There we go. So now it's just going to have a check-in of the linting issues. So this is fix linting issues. And then this fixes a logical issue here. Fix logical issue in analyzer. We weren't accounting for the context parameter when finding erroneous string.format calls. So it just wouldn't highlight this as being bad. String.format translate. There, yeah. Okay. So we're not doing this. This was too hard to figure out. I thought I could just check for a formatable string, but that's apparently not how you differentiate between an interpolated string and a regular one. If we ever want to do this in the future, we can probably look at Roslyn for how they implemented it. It's not super important. The reason why I don't think it's super important is because we can always just search for translate and then a $sign, and it doesn't show up. Although technically we need to search for any number of white space characters in between, I think. And then $sign itself needs to be escaped. So we would do this, this, and that. But I don't know if white space in regex includes a new line. Like if I do this and then a $sign, it should find that. Oh, it can't find it because I can't save the file without it removing the formatting. Or, yeah. Oh, man. I guess I make the string really long. Ah, outsmarted. Okay, so yeah, a /w plus does not find what I'm trying to find here. And I guess it would look like this anyway, right? So maybe just /n plus. What am I missing? Why is this regex wrong? Translate and a parenthesis exactly, and then any number of new lines. And then a $sign. Oh, because there's spaces in between. Okay, so new lines and then white space. Maybe it's /s as the white space character. Yeah, I'm being dumb. Okay, got it. Okay, so I can now delete this. Okay, no, not exactly, but whatever. I found it. Okay, so this is the only instance in the code base of translate like that, and this is the only instance. No, there is no TR instance. So I'll just say, in the meantime, this regex would work. All right. So revert you. Time is it? 3:46. Okay, I gotta scramble. Can't disrupt the cat's schedule. Let's run generate on this thing again. By the way, I'm sorry, I never even gave a demo of what I'm doing here. I just talked about the task at hand, but the actual project that this is all for is Scala-Seller. And if you've been here before, you must have seen this because I've been working on this for more than a year and a half at this point. But I'll show this off. Oh, you know what I should do? I should ignore that and show off my 15-second trailer. In fact, I should probably just link to this. Anybody can access Blue Sky, right? How do you copy? There we go. Copy link to post. Okay, so if I do this in an incognito tab, this works, right? Yeah, okay, so let's do we have a trailer command? We probably do. All right, so how about we add a command short trailer. Adam made a 15-second long trailer on this. Okay, so there's the trailer. I will show this on screen, so you don't need to open it up yourself. Wait. Is the audio gonna work? Yeah. And that's it. So now you're all experts on Skeleseller. Yeah, so it's a very laid back, casual game. I think it's worth saying that. It's idle light. You could just leave the game running, but if you do that, you're going to trivialize it for yourself. It's not meant to be played over the course of like 500 hours. It's meant to last a few hours. So yeah, we got a lot of different things going on in the game right now. There are adventurers and level ups and different buildings you can get and different places you can fight and boss battles and eventually beat the whole game. You get to bone mode and then there's all this stuff but randomized and there's persistent upgrades and stuff. So yeah, lots and lots of content here. I'm hoping to launch it in March of this coming year. So we got about 3 more months of development, which is why we're tackling kind of quote unquote boring stuff like localization. It's necessary. Worked on localization. My Copilot credits are going to run out soon. And I want to try some machine translations before then. Okay. All right, so journal done. Finished localization is going to be in the morning. I don't know if we're going to finish it. Afternoon. Got to do this if we get some time. Maybe put that on Wednesday. How much more do we have to do? Let me get all this stuff out of the list. Okay, so we're down to 2 pages. Man. All right, well, we don't need to make a community tool anymore. Let's see if the AI can extract strings for me. Up, right tooling that'll handle machine translations. Make sure the title screen properly updates immediately. Set up Weblate to do machine translations. Try this for a bit. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here that doesn't really need to be done. Like I said, try out a different service. I don't think we're going to try that. In fact, I'll just write the X on this one. That doesn't matter. Test pseudo localization. Make sure all the languages exist. Make sure localization is exposed by default. Make sure... Oh, God. I forgot about this. Stupid Steam page. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, so some of this stuff can be kind of removed. We have a couple of big tasks left, but we're nearing the end of the localizations, the grunt work. Then we have the translation stuff that we need to do. So I just generated the new... Ooh, did not mean to press that. I generated the new translation files. All these are gone now because they're in one file. Interesting and good. Anything else here? I guess if I just look at this. Whoa, everything changed. Line numbers changed. Oh, man. How large is this file? 7,500 lines. Oh, man. And out of curiosity, how many message IDs are there? 1,400. Yeah, we have a lot to translate in the game. What's that doing there? This extra is affected by... Where's that come from? Oh, no. I have a formatted note that I didn't realize. Okay, this is probably okay, but I did not think to search for string. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. String note. I didn't think to search for it like that. There aren't that many results. We could just look through these individually. Like, what's this doing? This is a conditional one, right? Yeah, I think it's fine. It's conditional. This one's conditional. We just looked at it. Yep. That's okay. What is this? You can find more about these in the perks tab. I don't know. That could probably be better, but I'm not going to care about that right now either. What about this one? That's fine. I looked at that already. I know that. What is this? Just checking to see if it's empty. That's probably fine. Level up note. Yeah, we're going to say all this is okay. I'm not going to look through the rest of that. 5:25 a.m. in India. Oh, man. I really haven't been able to talk to my wife too much. The time zone difference combined with just the amount of stuff that she's doing over there. She was going to a wedding, and I think it's finally done as of yesterday. So now I'm hoping I can actually talk to her more. Her wife is Indian? Yeah, she's in India right now. So let's check this in. Update translation files. I can hear the cat meowing outside. She's like, you have to finish this. Update translation submodule. Okay, sync changes. Cool. One of the best weddings I ever went to was an Indian one. Yeah, I've actually, so I like seeing different cultures' weddings, and I've probably seen, I've not a ton, maybe only like 4 to 5 at this point. And honestly, I know this probably sounds cheesy, but I think the best weddings are the ones where the two people really care about each other. And I'm trying to think, I don't even think I have a counter example, but I feel like this is what made the weddings the best. Is just, could you tell that they love each other? You unlocked unlimited tasty food for free. Well, there are actually a lot of Indian restaurants around here. And actually, even like Indian aunties will make food and you can go pick it up, or some of them actually deliver it. So I feel very blessed when it comes to Indian food. All right. I think it's time to go. Yeah. All right. So let's find someone to raid. I'm going to try to put very little time into this. Is that fail to survive? It is, but hang on. I want to see if there's anyone I owe a raid to who's online. I don't think so. Okay, let's go raid fail to survive. He is playing Minecraft. Thank you all for watching. If you'd like to join Discord, there's a link. I'll be back tomorrow. It'll just be for the morning. We're going to do some more localization stuff. And I eventually want to move on. And the next big piece of work we're going to do is going to be controller support, which I think should be kind of fun. But I don't know when that is. But the cat's meowing her brains out, so I will go. Goodbye, everyone. Have fun and Fail to Survive stream. See ya.